Welcome back to Talking Story. I'm just going to do a quick few catch-up things for you. Go over what I read in May so you get a good idea of what we read, what we're going into, and what I picked up this month as well. So in May, I read Rage, trying to get through all the Joe Ledger books by Jonathan Marbury. I wrapped up the first trilogy of Mistborn Era 1 with Hero of Ages, and I followed that up with the novella Secret History Mistborn that I grabbed in my copy of Arcanum Unbounded. Also trying to catch up with Red Rising before Lightbringer comes out, so I got through Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. Also, new Robert McCammon, Matthew Corbett book, King of Shadows. I gave that a read. Nice House on the Lake, a comic series by James Tynion. I gave that a read. And I'm finishing off the month. Last day of the month, I will have it finished by tonight. Lone Women by Victor LaValle. As far as book haul, what I picked up this week, I did grab Lone Women by Victor LaValle, which I've already blazed through. I grabbed The Ferryman by Justin Cronin. Very excited to read this. I really liked his vampire trilogy, starting off with The Passage. I also grabbed Color of Magic because I have not done any of Sir Terry Pratchett's Discworld, and I'm excited to start with that. Going into Mistborn Era 2, I had found the first book, but I needed to grab the two second and third books, so I did grab Shadows of Self and Bands of Mourning, and I also grabbed the 100th anniversary edition of Weird Tales. It's full of cosmic horror stories, and I just wanted to mark that auspicious anniversary for a great magazine that is still going. What am I going to read in June? I'm going to finish out with what is out of the Joe Ledger series with Relentless by Jonathan Marbury. That will catch me up with Joe Ledger and allow me to start moving on to his End of Days Apocalypse zombie stuff, so I can eventually get to Kagan the Damned, which happens after all of these things. So the next Joe Ledger book won't be out until September, so that buys me a little bit of time to get through Jonathan Marbury's, I believe, Dead of Night series, Fall of Night series, whichever one that is. I should be done with that. But I catch up with Joe Ledger in June with Relentless. I'm going to continue my journey of catching up through the Cosmere with Warbreaker, and I can't wait to get into that. I will be caught up and ready for Lightbringer because I'm going to read Dark Age in the month of June, and I'm going to read Ferryman by Justin Cronin. Again, excited for this, getting a lot of great reviews, something different than his vampire trilogy that I have read and enjoyed. If I have any extra time after this, and I kind of doubt I will because Dark Age and Warbreaker, fairly thick books, I'm gonna grab what's called A Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson, which has got some great reviews and I'm interested to try out. That's if I have time. We'll see. It's kind of a thinner one. Maybe I could squeeze that in there for the month of June. So that catches me up. Everything I read in May, and I got the full review of Rage out there on the channel already. By next week, I hope to have the full reviews of The King of Shadows by Robert McCammon, as well as the first Mistborn Era 1 trilogy. I'm going to put that out there so we can continue our journey through the Cosmere. Hopefully I'll get a review of Nice House on the Lake out as well, because that's a great cosmic horror comic ride. So just also, before I sign off real quickly, you guys are all caught up with me. Let me know what you're reading. Like, subscribe. Also, I will give you a quick TV tip. For those of you that have Apple TV, if you're not watching Silo yet, it is a great adaptation of Hugh Howey's trilogy. They nail it just right with pace, production value, performance. Cannot say enough about this series so far. It is not ended, but I'm caught up. What I've watched so far is A1 top-notch, great sci-fi television. So if you haven't yet, give that a watch. Look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks so much for coming by. My name is John Minton. Like, subscribe. Thanks again from Talking Story.